What up, hotheads? I'm Henry, and this is Blaze the Roof. This week, we're reviewing a sauce named Crippling Hot Sauce, Crippling Agony. The company is called Crippling Hot Sauce. It was started by Drew Davis in 2023 at the young age of 18 years old. I want to point out that Drew has cerebral palsy, started the company with $3,000 that he saved up. And now, his campaign is all over social media. My friend gifted me some of the bottles, and I'm trying them now. And just because he has cerebral palsy, that he never wanted that to define him, and he never uses it as an excuse. He doesn't let it hold him back. In addition, 5% of the proceeds go to cerebral palsy research. Drew and Crippling Hot Sauce are out of High Ridge, Missouri, which is kind of a suburb. Not quite a suburb of St. Louis, maybe a little bit of the outskirts of St. Louis. There's not really that much I know about High Ridge, or couldn't find much about it, so we're going to talk about St. Louis. All right, so St. Louis is the barbecue sauce capital of the world. Essentially, they eat and consume more barbecue sauce than anyone else per capita. The first parachute jump, the first successful parachute jump from a moving plane was made in St. Louis. I'm pretty sure there were some not so successful attempts before. The tallest man that has ever lived in the world, Robert Pershing Wadlow, he was from St. Louis at a whopping 8 feet 11 inches. Like, he would make Shaq look like a little child. Anheuser-Busch Brewery is the largest beer producing plant in the nation, if you could call it beer. St. Louis was known as the gateway to the West because of the historic role that it played in westward expansion, such as the Lewis and Clark expedition. It originated from St. Louis. Famous people from here include great dramatic and comedic actor John Hamm, rapper Nelly, Scott Bakula is also from here, the incredible poet Maya Angelou, and Chuck Berry. All right, let's look at the packaging. So it's got a jalapeno in a wheelchair, but there's flames exploding out of it. So, and in Drew's story, right, it has on here, Drew wasn't about to let cerebral palsy diagnosis hinder his dreams. Drew created Crippling Hot Sauce to inspire people around the world and show that if you put in the work, you can achieve anything. Drew donates 5% of proceeds from every bottle he sells to CP Research. So on the website, it also goes on to say that it's good for chicken wings, chili, spaghetti. I don't know, spaghetti is fairly rare to get a hot sauce that's good on spaghetti. It's like garlic reaper and nothing else. But tacos, macaroni, nachos, pizza. Pro tip, mix Crippling Agony with ranch, ketchup, or sour cream for a delicious and fiery kick. I do eat my fries with ranch, so maybe I will use them in tandem. Yes, I use ranch for my fries. If you don't like it, don't eat them. Fuck off. Let's look at the ingredients. The ingredients here include apple cider vinegar, habanero pepper, salt, carrots, xanthan gum, sodium benzoate, and potassium sorbate. Those last two ingredients are preservatives. All right, and kind of known irritants, but, For my feature, I wanted to cover St. Louis style barbecue. I already did one on Texas, so I want to differentiate, right? Texas is all about mostly beef and not big on sauce, right? You can put sauce, but it's not mandatory. St. Louis, it's actually about grilling, less about smoking your meats. You grill the meats, and the primary is obviously the St. Louis ribs, which are spare ribs, squared or made rectangular, so they cut off any angular, the extra cartilage and all that. And they grill the ribs, and then they slather on the barbecue. St. Louis barbecue is tomato-based. It's sweet and vinegary. Aside from the spare ribs, it can also be brisket, particularly the burnt ends. They do like to candy burnt ends, which might be more of a Kansas City thing, but again, I think it's borrowed from, basically, it's almost like a sister city, right? They also like pork steak, rib tips, and for a side, they like using white bread because it's very helpful to sop up the barbecue sauce. All right, so before we get any further, let's hear from this week's sponsor.
Social media is more terrible now than ever. And with the country plunging into fascism, you're going to need help blocking a ton of people. Introducing Blockade, the one-stop block shop. Log into all of your social media platforms, and the algorithm will build profiles for each person and all the platforms that you are friends with them on. Then, if you need to block someone from your life, you just use Blockade, and with one touch, you block someone on every platform and your phone. Blockade. Remove the crap with one tap on one app.
Now for the moment of truth. I think that's apple cider vinegar, but I also get a hint of the pepper. Honestly, it smells like what a scorpion pepper sauce would smell like. It says it has no artificial flavors, but I wonder if they're using a powder for habanero sauce. Okay, it is a bit runny. I just dripped some on my leg. That's great. Awesome news. So it is very liquidy, which means it's probably not going to be that hot. I don't know what the Scoville level is on this. Assuming that habanero is the second ingredient, it's probably not going to be like that blistering hot. And the hottest habanero can get is 400,000. I'm probably going to say this is probably going to be like a middleweight, but all right. Well, again, it's a reddish orange, so it's probably like a red or orange habanero. All right, let's just let's see what this is about. Here we go. Cheers. It's a bit more sour than I thought it would be. That's what's making me grimace. It's not really that hot. For the heat, it is building a little bit in the back of the throat. Yeah, it's a middleweight. It's not building that much. But it's kind of tart. It has enough salt in it, I would say. I would think that the carrot would give it a little bit more sweetness, but I was expecting it to taste a little bit more of the fruitiness of the habanero, but I'm just getting sour. So I think it's a lot of apple cider vinegar, which means it'd probably pair up perfectly with St. Louis style barbecue. So yeah, leading me to what would I eat this with? Because it's not that fruit forward. You could probably pretty much put this on anything. It's got a decent flavor to it. It's not bad. It's not too hot. Habanero sauce, you could throw it on anything basically. It's got, especially if it's not paired with the fruit, you could pretty much put this on anything. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, pork, chicken, any type of veggies, snacks, chips, whatever. So this is a pretty versatile sauce. I will use the rest of this. However, there are better habanero sauces. The Chairman Meow's Revenge that I had last time was a phenomenal sauce. It has a little bit more of a kick than this one does. There's a big market out there, and it's kind of oversaturated. People have asked me how come I haven't gotten into it, because there's way too many hot sauce makers right now. So, what I will say is that this sauce is good. If you're gonna call it hot, I would say beef it up a bit. That's it. And but you got room to work on hotter sauces, and so the flavor is pretty good though. It's a little sour, so that just took me a little bit by surprise. But next week I will be reviewing Neil's Real Deal sauce. I think it's an onion sauce. Until then, I'm Henry, and remember, spice up your life. Take care.